of the infamous star-crossed lovers like you've never seen before. The Broadway hit & Juliet is taking over Bass Concert Hall this week, and joining us now is Juliet herself, Fabiola Carballo. Cajita, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm so good. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we are pumped to have you. This show is so cool, and I think it's so special that Austin gets to have it this week.
Yes.
So if people are not familiar with what we're working with, tell us a little bit about & Juliet.
Yeah, so & Juliet is a Broadway musical that's coming on tour here. We asked the question, what if Juliet had ended it all over Romeo? I mean, we all know the infamous ending to Romeo and Juliet. We know it's a tearjerker, but for a great night out at the theater, we ask this question and we take you on a journey. And it's a jukebox musical. We have music all written by Max Martin, pop hits from over 3 decades that you are bound to recognize, at least one of them. It's so much fun. I mean, we've got Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, Kelly Clarkson, Katy Perry, and so many other incredible artists that help us tell a story.
Which I think is really cool, the music aspect, right? It's
Yes.
something the audiences might not expect when they're walking in, because we expect this very traditional Broadway score, right? But instead we're working with a really cool just kind of dichotomy of music. What is that like for you, almost taking on, you know, these iconic songs that people know and love?
It's so incredible. I'm so blessed to be able to play this character and be in this show every night. Just the way that our show is built, the way that it is written, the story that this music that you already know, the way that it just is embodied. It's so clever. You know, the lyrics just fit perfectly, and the way that it tells the story with our characters. It's so much fun. You'll like just be watching, and then the song comes on and you're like, wait, this is so cool. It's like, that's clever. It's really fun.
Yeah, how'd you go about prepping for this role?
Yeah, so we rehearsed in New York City for about a month before I started touring with this production in September of 2025. And yeah, I mean, it's songs that I already know, songs that I grew up with, but in this completely different context. And what I love about our musical is that we kind of add that little musical theater like spark and spunk, but you know, we try to keep the pop Y2K little element to it, which I'm really digging in here.
Yes,
I'm really liking this.
Oh,
It's very Aunt Juliet of y'all. But yeah, I mean, Juliet is just such a fun character to play. She's very much like myself, very energetic, very positive, which is something very important to bring on stage. You know, sometimes when you just want to forget what's going on in your life, you just want to smile real big in the theater.
And we all need like more smiles, more joy, more laughs right now in the world, right? And so I love that the show provides that. Something really special. You said that you joined the show last September 25, and then you just had graduated high school a few months before that.
Yes.
So first of all, congratulations. That is huge. We don't hear that all the time here around Studio 512, but also, you know, how does it feel? This show's been your national tour debut. What a great way to kind of enter adulthood, enter the world post high school. What's it been like?
It's really been incredible. I mean, touring is everything and more that I ever thought it could be. Grew up in Tyler, Texas, you know, a small town.
Okay.
And I always wanted to go and travel and to see all these different places. That's exactly what I'm doing. This tour, this company, this cast is truly amazing, and a great group of people. I mean, look at them. Just, they're all so beautiful, and they tell this story so beautifully. I'm so very proud of them, and so blessed to be able to share the stage and my life with them.
Yeah. I think it's so cool as an actor getting to really embody and take on this character that you're growing with, you're learning with, you're loving with, you're doing life with for all the time that you're on stage, right? What do you feel like you've learned most from Juliet, because you are her on stage?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I go this journey that I go through with Juliet every single night is really what my life has been all about. I mean, I've started small, ended big as of now, and will only keep getting bigger. But Juliet has really taught me to look on the bright side. Always. There is always a positive, way to view everything. You know, something might seem, a little on the darker side, but there is always the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. I think it's cool that there are so many different iterations of the Romeo and Juliet story out there, right? And this one definitely takes its own kind of spin on it. Aside from what you said earlier, in what ways do you think this show really sets apart from the Romeo and Juliet we know, or maybe even other iterations out there?
Yes. So what I love about our musical is that we showcase so many different types of stories, of real stories, of real people. We've got a queer love story on stage, which is so important. I'm so blessed to be able able to be in a musical that is changing the musical theater canon. I mean, like, look at our characters there. They're so incredible. And yeah, I mean, Juliet, you know, female empowerment. You can change your life at any point.
Yeah.
At any point. It is all up to you. I mean, you have the power to restore yourself and, you know, start new. New beginnings.
Yeah.
You know, they're so beautiful. And we've got reconciliation between marriages and, you know, a story that lets you know that love can come at any point in your life, which is really fun. You know, sometimes you just get to feel young.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is, amidst maybe the kind of, you know, funny take on the whole situation, there's a lot of really realistic themes within the show too, which I think is really special.
Yes, it's so diverse. I mean, the faces and the bodies on our stage are so diverse. You know, the stories are also so diverse and real. I feel like a lot of people leave our musical feeling seen, which is really, really, really cool.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, and then finally, what's maybe, you know, if someone comes and sees the show tonight or this week, whether here in Austin, what's maybe just one thing you hope that they walk away from the show with?
Oh, a real big smile on your face. And I know that's going to be the outcome. People just end up reveling on how clever it is and how well made it is. And I feel like people just leave feeling empowered, feeling probably refreshed and new. You know, you are reminded that you are powerful in every way, shape, and form that you already are.
I think that's so big, and I think we need more of that in the world. Fabiola, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. We're so excited to see you on stage. You guys, for tickets and more information, visit BroadwayInAustin.com. The show is here through the end of the week, through Sunday, so go check out Fabiola and the cast. You don't want to miss it.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Advanced Pain Care. Jim Z. Watson, Personal Injury Director, and Dr. Raymond Yu, Pain Management Specialist, are here to talk about letters of protection and how they impact personal injury patients, as well as how Advanced Pain Care can help. So Jim Z, we're coming to you first. What is a letter of protection?
Yes, a letter of protection is an agreement between the medical provider and the law firm, ensuring that the patient can receive treatment with no out-of-pocket costs at the time of service.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, Dr. Yu, Advanced Pain Care offers multiple specialties under one roof. How does your collaborative approach improve patient care and recovery?
So that is one of our biggest advantages. Having multiple specialties in one roof, we can coordinate care timely and efficiently. We prevent the need for our patients to travel everywhere, having to coordinate their own care, finding different specialists. So we try to bring everyone under one roof and try to make it as easy and efficient for our patients. So some specialties we have include neurosurgery, neurology, physical therapy, rheumatology. Along with that, we have different locations and multiple locations along the Austin and greater Austin area. So that prevents the need for traveling to a lot of places or far distance places.
What are some of the most common injuries you see after motor vehicle accidents, and why is early treatment so important?
Yeah, so the most common or more common injuries we typically see are disc herniations and whiplash-related injuries. These are more common in the neck and back areas, as they are the most, they usually absorb the most force after an impact. However, it also depends on the type of injuries they have, you know, the type or severity of the accident. They can also have other areas that are painful. Knees, shoulders are pretty common complaint.
What sets Advanced Pain Care apart when it comes to helping personal injury patients to get the care they need and quickly?
Advanced Pain Care is committed to making the process as easy and stress-free as possible for the patients. We understand that after an accident or injury that the patients are in pain, they're having, you know, insurance concerns or legal matters, and it is our goal to make sure that we can cut out as many barriers as possible for them.
We don't want the problem to become chronic. You know, chronic pain can lead to a lot of distress. You know, besides physical pain, it can also lead to emotional distress. And even down the line, it can prevent you from enjoying your hobbies, doing your daily work, or even your house chores. So again, our goal is to ensure that we get the right treatment for the patients to go back to their normal daily lives and activities as quickly and as safely as possible for our patients.
We appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Learn more at austinpaindoctor.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Advanced Pain Care. Did you know today is National Waffle Iron Day, and who better to celebrate it with than a restaurant that's all about those sweet little squares? Katie Weber with Waffle Love is here to tell us about her business. Katie, good morning.
Good morning.
We've had you on the show before, but it was before COVID, so things have changed.
Yes, absolutely.
Can you remind me just a little bit about where you started and where Waffle Love has grown?
Yeah, so in 2017, I had a food truck and we were scouting around town looking for places to land our brick and mortar. We found a great spot in Round Rock and it's gone really well. We've been open for about 6 years now.
It's incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'm going to tell you what I said to you off camera as well. You guys brought in a waffle cake,
Yes.
a wedding cake the last time that we had you on our show. And I told you it's one of the best things I've ever tasted.
thank
so
you.
I always had you in the back of my mind. National Waffle Iron Day came up and I said, we got to get back in touch.
Absolutely.
Got to see how you guys are doing. Yeah.
Happy to be here.
So talk to me about what you offer now, because now that you do have that brick and mortar, you have breakfast going, and you've got sweets and savories.
We sure do. Yeah, we have a whole array of sweet and savory. Our savory items really drive sales. Definitely, that's the thing that brings people back again and again. They don't realize that we're not just a breakfast place or dessert place. We're open 8 to 8 on Monday through Saturday and open on Sunday 9 to 2 for brunch. And we really push our chicken and waffles. We have a grilled cheese and bisque that we do as well. That's super popular. And so those are things that people start to crave after a while.
Ah, okay. You have one little bite. You have a little bit. You got to come back for more.
Absolutely.
And it's actually a difference in the waffle itself. I was asking about these being Liège waffles because if you don't know, for everybody at home, that's like the gold standard of the Belgian waffle.
Right.
But you change it just a little bit when you go savory. So talk to me about how that's different.
Yeah, so we do our dough from yeast dough instead of like a liquidy batter for our Liège dough that's rolled in pearl sugar. But then for a few of our savory items, we have a croissant waffle. It's just croissant dough that we put right on our waffle iron and cook it up. And so it takes the shape of a waffle as well.
That sounds absolutely amazing. Okay, you did want to do a little demo for me today.
I did.
So this is one of your traditional Liège waffles. And so, yes, talk to me about pearl sugar before we move on.
Okay, so pearl sugar is this amazing little substance that we roll our yeast dough in, and then it'll proof. And once you put the dough on the waffle iron, because of that pearl sugar that we import from Belgium, it caramelizes on the waffle, and so it gives it a nice little shimmer, a little caramely taste to it.
Glossy.
Very glossy, which actually makes it shelf stable for a little bit longer because it has that caramelization on the outside. And so you can eat it hot or, a couple hours later when it's cooled down. Yeah.
But you're going to want to do both.
Right, absolutely.
Bottom line. Okay, so we're making the Red Wonder. Talk to me about this one.
So the Red Wonder is one of our most popular sweet ones. If I just show you real quick, we put this cookie butter on here.
Cookie butter, lovely stuff.
Yes,
Tends
it
to not only have a sweetness to it, but a little bit of a drying factor as well.
It does, yeah, you're right. And when the waffle is nice and hot, it'll get a little bit liquidy, it'll melt down a little bit, and so it has a really nice texture to it, but it does stay. So again, if you do this on a room temperature waffle, it adds just the perfect amount of crunch to it as well.
And now we're going sweet, we're going fresh with berries. So talk to me
Absolutely.
about what you're adding.
So we put fresh whipped cream that we whip in-house, and then we also add fresh fruit. We always do fresh fruit. We don't do the syrupy, strawberries on top. So every time it's gonna be fresh. We use fresh ingredients. We make everything that we possibly can in-house. We do our own lemon curds, our own sauces and syrups, and we just want to make it as premium as possible.
And guys, the Red Wonder, if you want to mentally jot that down, that is what the entire cake was made of when I went for it the last time that you were here and I was eating like a crazy person. Okay, you do want to mention to folks that you can actually take dough from the store and they can cook it at home, right? Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite little secrets that we have. You can actually order the dough from our restaurant, take it home, and cook it up yourself. I have brought this waffle iron and to show you that it actually is compatible with any Belgian waffle iron that you have at home.
Nice.
As long as it's got the thickness, and yeah, you can decorate it at home however you like.
I'm thinking slumber party, you know, show off.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, these waffles, I made them myself. You don't have to say,
We won't tell anyone.
I got the dough from Waffle Love. Okay. And you also do catering. Talk to me about that.
Yes, we do catering. So these are some of our sample items that we use for catering. We love doing the grilled cheese and bisque. That is a crowd favorite. It's very surprising to everyone because they're not expecting it, but we do make our own garlic butter for that. We also have chicken and waffles that we bread and fry our own chicken. Everything's fresh. We make it to order. We don't start frying the chicken until...
I'm hearing everything in-house. That's what
everything
I'm hearing.
in-house.
Yep.
Yep, and then we've got some dessert items as well.
That looks really good. And actually, we're going to bring up your food truck one more time when we're in our last minute here because you're starting to use it again. And that's because we're scouting.
Yes, we are. So we have our food truck we've been shelving it for a couple years now. We're bringing it back because we are looking for a second location. So if anyone has any, great cities that they want us to try out and see how we do, we are open to suggestions.
So right now in Round Rock, but open to the possibility of being somewhere else, including not just Austin.
Right.
Oh, that's an exciting time. Okay, so real quickly, how can people order with you?
You can order online at waffleloveatx.com, or you can come in store and try it out fresh.
Sounds good to me. 8 to 8?
8 to 8, Monday through Saturday, Sunday 9 to 2.
Plenty of options. Okay, sounds good to me. I can't wait to chow down. Thank you so much, Katie.
Thank you for having me.
It.
Yeah.
See the full menu and order online now, guys, at waffleloveatx.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Resolution Eye Care. According to the National Eye Institute, over 20 million Americans experience the symptoms of dry eyes. Joining us now is Dr. Sean Matsumoto, an optometrist at Resolution Eye Care in Austin and Round Rock, to talk about a new high-tech treatment that's available called Envision. Dr. Sean, we're starting with the causes of dry eyes. What might be some of the reasons people experience this?
Yeah, so there's actually a lot of causes for dry eyes. It can be computer screens, it can be autoimmune conditions, inflammatory conditions, medications, and especially in Austin, you can experience allergies. The majority of my patients actually have this condition called meibomian gland dysfunction, which is a type of condition that can cause a lot of blockage in those glands. In your eyelids, you have these tiny glands called meibomian glands that produce and secrete oils every time you blink. Those oils are responsible for coating the front surface of the eyes so that the tears don't evaporate or break apart really fast. What can happen with meibomian gland dysfunction is that those oil glands can get blocked up and it can cause internal pressure buildup and it can start to eat away at those glands and disappear. And so that chronic form of dryness is what a lot of people, about 86% of people, are struggling with.
Can dry eyes cause other problems like infections?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So symptoms of dryness include burning, redness, itching, tearing, light sensitivity, fluctuating vision, blurry vision, right? And on top of that, like you said, infections, super common. I'm sure you've seen a couple of people before with styes or bumps on their eyelids. You may have had one yourself. That is pretty much an infection of those glands that we just discussed.
What can people do to reduce these symptoms?
Yeah, so a lot of people say, use artificial tears or do blink exercises, but to me that's just a band-aid solution to the problem. What we really want to do is find out the root cause of the problem. So it can be what we just discussed before, the autoimmune conditions or inflammatory condition medications, and figure out what exactly is going on with the dryness, right? The Envision treatment actually that we have in our office is probably one of the best treatments out there right now because it tackles a lot of the root causes of dryness. And what it is, it's a light-based therapy that uses heat and light to help with the inflammation around the eyelids, bacterial overgrowth.
Let's talk about how many treatments are required for someone to use something like Envision.
Yeah, so we recommend about 4 treatments, each with about 3 to 4 weeks in between. Here at Resolution Eye Care, we call it the Eye Spa because we make you feel nice and comfortable, give you some tea at the end every single time. And so the idea is we have you back every month or so and get you the best effect. Now, I've seen contact lens wear time improvement, stye reduction, and just overall symptom improvement. So super great. One of our wonderful team members can help you out.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Doctor, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Learn more at resolution.vision. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Resolution Eye Care. Thurman and Torrance Thomas, better known as the Bros Fresh, recently released their brand new album, Still Want You the Same. They're joining us now to tell us about it. It's like having celebrities. I'm so excited to have them here. Guys, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I have known about you for a long time, but we haven't had you in the studio yet, so thank you both for being here. Torrance, we're going to start with you. This is your first album in 2 years.
Yes.
Talk to us about your inspo.
Oh my gosh. For this album, we really had to kind of go back to go forward. It was a return to our foundations. I mean, we're originally from Louisiana, so as you can imagine, it's a place full of music, full of energy, full of vibe. So for us, it was dusting off some of the old records. It was going back to some of the old albums that we listened to as kids at the cookouts, at the family reunions. That's Maze, Isley Brothers, Gap Band. I mean, we go a little bit forward to 90s, 2000s R&B. But I feel like all those influences played a pivotal part in the sound of this project, and we put our own little modern twist on it as well. And so I'm really excited how it came out.
I'm jealous of the research that you got to do and listening to all these great albums to put forward this new music. All right, Thurman, let's talk about how this album now represents where you guys are at in your musical journey.
Well, I think where we are now is a place, honestly, it's new to us. I would say your environment has everything to do with how you think, the things that you surround yourself with, your thoughts, they inform your actions and how you move and how you create. So where we are now, taking those influences, going back, putting it right here in the present, it is really shaped and it is really a representative of the sonic that we want to put out there, the things that we want people to experience when either they listen to us, they come to a show. Yeah.
Oh, sounds good to me. Torrance, all right, let's put it into a box if we can. I know it's hard as musicians.
Sometimes you got to.
But if you can, describe your genre, the style of music that you make for us, because with Louisiana, as y'all mentioned, there are a lot of influences you can have.
It is that, I would say, that gumbo of influences. If I had to narrow it down to 3, or let's say 3 ice cream flavors, let's call it that.
I like that.
I would say it has a heavy influence of R&B. That's that soul element to it. It's a lot of singing, a lot of harmony, things like that. But also there's the rock edge to it, a lot of energy. There's a grooviness to it. You know, Louisiana is also the birthplace of funk as well. So we love rhythms. We love having these polyrhythms in our music to make it go. If there's any hallmark that I would describe our music to anyone, it's always going to have groove to it. It's always going to have vibe to it. And so all of those influences wrapped up in a nice package kind of represents us.
You have maybe a 3rd ice cream flavor?
Yeah, and I would say, let's say country, I would say, because I mean, I learn a lot from being adjacent to the country game, even from the depth and the richness of the songwriting to even some of the musical tastes and palettes as well. We have a lot of, for example, organic elements in this music to make it feel as real as possible, so we can have that representation from what you hear in your ears to what you see live is congruent.
Oh, you guys do look good in those hats and boots.
Thank you.
All right, I want to hear a little bit about how Austin has influenced y'all's career and hear a little bit about the support that you've received here in Austin. So Thurman, could you do that for me?
Oh man, I will say, and I say this a lot, moving to Austin, Texas is without a doubt one of the best decisions that we have made as adults.
I love it.
I ain't gonna hold you. The city, the community has been like no other that I've experienced anywhere else. People will come to one show, hey, I'm playing again next week. They'll come again, hey, I'm playing next week. They'll come again. The support is like nowhere else. The energy around creativity. And I feel like the people here, everyone understands the script. They just want to see creative people do well. And we've seen that.
Any other comments you want to add to that, Torrance?
I will say it's unlike any other place. You know, I can't talk about every other city, but I can talk about Austin, Texas. And what we have experienced here has been nothing short of amazing. From the second that we showed up, people were, you know, interested. Okay, what are you doing? Where are you from? And then the next question, how can we help?
That's amazing.
That
How
has,
can we support?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, this city is unlike any other. I ain't going nowhere, so we're gonna continue to
Good.
to build and to grow our
You travel,
roots here.
catch a flight, come right back. This is home base. Yeah.
I love to hear that. Okay, Thurman, you guys have a tour to come along with this upcoming album, and it's going to start before too long.
Yeah. Tour's coming up middle to late August, and we're really excited about the run. Not only just to we do have a stop around here in Austin, but just to get in front of new faces in this South Central swath of the country, and just getting it out there because, again, people see it, they hear it, they experience it, and we want to keep coming back. Hey, go to your favorite place that you like to stream music, pull us up and listen to it for sure.
Okay, all right. And Torrance, one thing I want to ask about in our last minute here is that you guys are also givers back.
Oh, yeah.
You have a nonprofit called Tank Proof, and
Yes.
I'd like to hear a little bit about it.
So Tank Proof is a 15-year-old nonprofit organization that we founded in Louisiana. It's nationwide. We focus on giving swimming lessons and food security to kids and communities who need it most. Austin is probably one of our most active hubs at the moment. So from weekly food activations we pick up from Trader Joe's and Seahome when we go to the east side, to our summer swim lessons that we have here in other parts of the country to serve the communities that we love the most. It is something that for us, like, music is great. I love music. It's fantastic. But Tank Proof, this is our life's work. This is why I get up every day, to be able to get to serve communities, to be able to get to every Saturday when I see the same kids and I say, hey, what's up? How was your week? How's it going? Everything's going well? It's going good. I feel like having an attachment to the city that you're in and a strong connection is essential, especially if you're an artist or musician.
You guys are awesome. Okay, we're gonna have to leave it there. I wish we
Hey.
could talk for a couple more
Hey,
hours.
we can always
but
come back.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can't keep you all day. I know it. Congratulations, y'all, on everything you've accomplished.
so much.
you so
Appreciate you.
much. For details on their music, events, and beyond, visit thebrosfresh.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Toyota of Cedar Park. Y'all, the 9th annual Stuff the Truck shoe drive to help kids in need is underway. Rochelle Grossman with Toyota of Cedar Park and Thaisa Holloway with Hill Country Community Ministries are here to tell us more. Thaisa, we're starting with you. This is the 9th year that Toyota of Cedar Park has participated. How important is this partnership to you?
It is so important. We are, as you mentioned, this is our 9th year doing Stuff the Truck. It's been with us for 12 years as far as doing the distribution piece of it. But we started this as a fundraiser because when we first started doing this, we were only giving about 200 or 300 pairs of shoes. Now we're giving out well over 1,000 pairs of shoes every summer.
Unfortunately, I know the need is higher now than ever as well. Rochelle, I want to ask you, what keeps Toyota of Cedar Park coming back, donating and participating year after year?
Yeah, well, if you all go back to when you were a kid, right, and you remember what it was like to start that school year with a new pair of shoes, and like Thaisa said, unfortunately, for so many students right here in our local area, they don't have that advantage. And so when Thaisa came to us many, many years ago and said, hey, would you guys be willing to participate and join hands with us? We said, absolutely. And it's really become one of our most beloved events. We take up a big collection. All the employees willingly contribute. Then we go out and buy a bunch of new name brand sneakers. And then Thaisa will share a little bit more about the event and how we get the high schoolers involved. But what a win-win.
Rochelle, I understand Toyota is also encouraging the community to participate. You guys are also giving away free oil and filter change coupons?
Absolutely. I got one here. Awesome. So yeah, of course we're doing this because we want to do it and from our entire team's participation. But we thought, let's encourage the community to also donate. And the way we would like to say thank you is if you bring a pair of new shoes to Toyota of Cedar Park, we're going to give you one of these coupons so you can have an oil change on us.
Talk to us about the event coming up on the 16th. Who's invited? Who participates?
We actually, right before school starts, all 6 Leander ISD high schools get involved, and they basically play minute to win it games or any sort of games. And they have the opportunity to earn shoes.
The simple act of a new pair of shoes just enhancing a child's self-esteem and starting that school year right has so many benefits. And we really just feel honored to participate year after year. And our goal this year is even bigger. We're at like 1,300. We're going to help a lot of folks this year.
Thank you both so much for your time.
You're so welcome. Thank you, Rosie.
Yes, thank you so much.
Take donations to Toyota of Cedar Park through July 16th. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Toyota of Cedar Park. Kids, of course, get to go to summer camp, but how about something for the adults this season? January We See with Texas Hill Country Wineries is here to talk about their first ever wine camp. So fun. Yes. January, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Rosie.
Remind us about the Texas Hill Country Wineries.
So Texas Hill Country Wineries is a nonprofit trade association for wineries in the Hill Country. We have 69 members now, and our job is to promote their wineries and their wines and their tasting rooms and increase visitorship.
It's amazing how many more partners you have every single year, and we continue to grow winery-wise in the Hill Country.
Yes, it's crazy, and there are so many out there that aren't members that are, making great Texas wines. They might just not fit our bylaws, and so, we've got 69, and there's almost 120 out there. It's crazy.
But you guys have the lion's share at this point, which is something to be said because you guys have access to lots of resources to help people kind of map their way out there. Because that's the thing is you kind of go out and get overwhelmed.
Yeah, there's a lot, especially if you don't know Texas wine and you are maybe new to tasting or new to Texas. There's, so many options. Are you looking for a place that's kid friendly or dog friendly or that has more red wines or more sweet wines? And so we have a lot of resources on our website that can help with that.
Which is amazing. Okay, you brought a couple of partner wines today. Talk to me about the first one that we're going to actually taste. This is with Kerrville Hills.
Yes, Kerrville Hills is in Kerrville. They've actually moved their tasting room down to a really cute little house on the Schreiner University property, which is really cool. I brought you the Peak Pool Blanc. Cheers to you. This is one of the wines that they'll be sharing at camp on Saturday. My theme.
Oh, I really like it actually. I'm not much of a white wine drinker, but yeah, this is really good. I like the little bit of tannic whatever is happening that's making my mouth water a bit.
So they actually call Peak Pool the lip stinger.
The lip stinger, I can see why.
So it's perfect.
So they're going to be at the camp, and we'll get to the camp a little bit more in just a second. Secondly, Peters Prairie. Tell me a bit about them.
Yes, so that's one of our new wineries, brand new. They joined a couple of months ago. They're out in Mason, our first member winery out in Mason.
Wow.
Which has a great group of wineries out there. Mason, the town, is really cute, so we're really excited to have them on board. And we brought the Barbera from them this morning.
Or farther north than I thought we went. Quite frankly, as far as Texas Hill Country Wineries go.
So the Hill Country is actually defined by the AVA. The AVA is defined by the TTB, and we're really lucky to have those boundaries. We go all the way out to like Vanderpool, Lost Maples Park. We used to have a winery out there, and then all the way up to San Saba, and then of course down to that top loop in San Antonio, and then all the way over to 183 in Austin. Wow. So we cover a huge area, and it does go pretty far west.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed by that. Okay, last one that we wanted to mention today is Wedding Oak, which I have heard of.
Yes, so Wedding Oak, they actually are based in San Saba with the winery, but they have two other locations, one in Fredericksburg and one in Burnett, so you can visit them all over the Hill Country.
That makes it easier.
And we brought their brand new Graciano, which I think is just getting released.
Okay, so. Graciano, what is the flavor profile there?
Well, for me, I'm not big on flavor profiles. I am big on pairings.
Okay,
so
I'll take that.
So this is it's a deeper red wine. It's a bigger red wine for me. So I'm going to pair that with like a barbecue or burger or something like that, just to kind of bring that down for me.
Oh, I like the pairing of the two. Okay, wine camp. We've been teasing it. Let's talk a little bit about it. So exciting!
Yeah, we're so excited to do this. We've been talking about it for a couple of years. We host an annual symposium for industry, and we have a couple of days of education and networking. And we thought, why not do that for consumers? So it is July 17 through 19. We're hosting at 3 locations. Friday night, we'll do a kickoff dinner at Carter Creek. And then Saturday, we'll spend all day at Becker. We'll start in the vineyard. We have a blind tasting session. We have a wine and cheese and charcuterie board pairing session. We're going to end with a tour of Becker's winery, and then we'll have a barbecue dinner. And then Sunday we'll close out with a sparkling brunch and a judging session where people will learn how to actually judge wines and what, how that process works.
Well, that's the fanciest part, right? Is because a lot of us, there's kind of like a barrier to entry for wine, but to be on the other side of it and to say your flavor palette like really means something. Why don't you taste these wines and give them a judge? I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I actually pulled up the judging sheet that's part of that, session yesterday and for printing, and was looking at all of the detail on there and the things that they judge, from color to, how it sits in the glass, and I was just like, I'm excited to listen to that.
And to learn a little bit more. It sounds like it's going to be a really educational weekend. Not only that, it's a little bit of fun. Look at this. This is a little name tag?
Yeah, those are going to be our name tags for everybody. So we'll have those pre-made, and they get to get their names on them and hopefully take them home as a keepsake.
I think it's such a cute little nod to it being camp, which is really cool. So how can people get involved?
Yeah, so check out our website, texashillcountrywineries.org, and right there when you open the website there's a pop-up that will take you to all of our summer events, which is camp, and then we have summer passport as well, and then you can purchase your tickets there. There's a full weekend pass or individual day. If you can't come all weekend and you just want to come Friday, we'd love to have you.
Okay, sounds good to me. And just in our last 30 seconds, anything else you want to mention, including that passport event?
Yeah, so we do have Summer Season Pass, which is our first annual summer pass. It's a 3-month pass that started on June 1st, ends August 31st. So that's a great way to get out and explore the wineries. We have almost 40 wineries participating.
Wow.
It's just $100 for a couple.
So this is like the 1-month passport now extended.
Exactly.
Very clever and still time to get in. So really cool stuff happening January. Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Okay, get tickets online and see other upcoming events. They've got a lot going on, y'all, at TexasHillCountryWineries.org. Content segments during Studio 512 were paid for by Advanced Pain Care, Resolution Eye Care, and Toyota of Cedar Park.